All right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Hey, buddy. Hi, hey, hey. Hello, everybody. How you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to Tim Black TBTV News Wrap. We're going to wrap the news real quick. How y'all doing? Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, all the Tim Black Wolfpack people out there, all Team Black, everyone who supports this channel. Happy day to you. Happy day to you. Happy day to you. And yes, what a day, what a day, what a day. A lot of news has been going on today. As always, the Tim Black TV show. This show is sponsored by, in part, justinform.com. Not because they gave me money, but because it's a website I co-own with Nico House and Suzanne Murphy. It's for people who want to stay informed. So come on over to Just Inform, sign up, use your real name, because only real people are allowed to be on the website. And come on over to justinform.com, folks. So hey, come on over to justinform.com. My chat people, let me make sure my chat people are in the house. Make sure we got the people on the chat, right? This said automatically it's going to grab my people. I see my people. I see my people. Here we go. Facebook Live people, YouTube people in the house, my Periscope people are in the house, right? Then let's see. Today's the 30th, Queen the 30th. Live TV. Oh, there we go, Carla. Okay, I see some people in the house. Brian Crosby. Uli's in the house. Frederick Murphy's in the house. I see these folks. I do see them. Helen's in the house. What's up? Helen's in the house. What's up? Helen's in the house. Mars Pluto. Gnarly Lake. Gnarly. What's going on, Gnarly? So, guys, here's the deal. Periscope people, they're like, Tim, show us love. I'm going to show you some love, Periscope. I'm going to show Periscope some love right now because that's how I roll, right? And, guys, let me tell you something. I got a couple of stories that I want to cover tonight, I want to get to, that I think are important, that I think need to be shared. I think people need to talk about it. But today's show will not be limited to that. I'll be looking at chat. There'll be other stories, I'm sure, the things that I did not see that you want to bring up, that you want to discuss. So let's do that. As you know, today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Freedom Friday. Freedom Friday is where you get to call up to the show and be a part of the show and actually speak on the show. Any issue, any concern, any news issue, your comments are welcome tomorrow on the Freedom Friday show. Starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call up, be a part of it. It's worldwide. People call up from all over the world for this show. It'll be captured and spread on all social media, including iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Blog Talk Radio, of course, Periscope, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff. So be here tomorrow. Before we get started, I'd also like to invite everybody to come on over to my Patreon. If you're not, look, if you value independent media, if you value independent voices, news, if you value TBTV, this show, TBTV, Tim Black TV, become a Patreon member of the show. There's no set amount. You know, it's not tricky. You just, whatever you think you can supply the show with, you know, you want to see the show grow, you want to support it, come on over to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. Become a member of the Wolfpack, Team Black, Tim Black's Wolfpack, and you'll be helping independent media and keeping us on the air. I tell you guys all the time, man, I want to thank everybody who contributes to the show. You guys are what do it. You keep it going. These people are, there are so many people with these stories. You know, I work with a lot of people on a lot of things. What is wrong? I want to open today's show up I want to tell people, man, I think something's wrong with your brain. Let me explain why I say that. you are becoming so paranoid. And I get it, man. There's a lot of things that are not on the up and up. A lot of things are kooky and snaky and slithery and disgusting and backstabbing and corrupted and false. But when you become so paranoid, let me tell you what someone did. See, we're starting to become too paranoid. Periscope, Sense of Outrage. What's up, Sense of Outrage? Someone actually didn't text me, they tweeted me. They said, Tim Black, where'd you get that shirt from? Is that a Brooks Brothers shirt? Implying like I have expensive clothes and how did I afford a shirt? Man, what I'm trying to tell you, man, when we start looking at what people are wearing and saying, I bet you they are paid off because they are wearing a shirt. We done gone too far, y'all. We have gone too far. When you are looking at the clothes of independent media people and saying that shirt looked too expensive for him to have it, you have lost your damn mind. I don't know another way to put it to you. Now, it doesn't matter that the shirt was 3 years old. I paid $25. I bought it from JCPenney. It was at least 3 years old because it was 3 years ago when I was wearing it that I remember because I was at a DNC rally and there's pictures and imagery of me wearing the shirt. So not only does it go to show that you don't pay attention, that you are infected with this idea that everybody is funded by Soros or taking money from the Russians or co-opted. I mean, if a black man can't wear a 3-4-year-old shirt and you not accuse him of selling out because of it. And I'd like to know, ma'am, because you never responded to my tweet, though you did this publicly to try to shame me about a shirt. What if it was a nice shirt? So what? Rachel Maddow makes millions of dollars. I can't have a shirt, dog. For real? I can't have a shirt that look nice. Really? Chris Hayes makes millions of dollars. You don't want the poor black man to have a damn shirt. I can't have a shirt. What, I gotta live in a trash can and eat ramen every day for you to respect me? Is that what I gotta do? I can't raise my family. I can't support my family. Can't live indoors because if I make any money, I'm no good to you. Is that what you want? Republicans don't want their people like that. Democrats don't want their people like that. Now, I don't need bodyguards and mansions and fancy cars. Lord knows I don't have them. But damn it, yo, if I can't have a shirt, and you don't accuse me of something nefarious for a shirt. Right now, guys, right now, man, we got to check ourselves, man. We got to check ourselves. I'm a part owner in a website I got paid no money to be a part of. Because I think we need a social media site that doesn't track us and sell your privacy. And all I get is conspiracy theory after how they had the money to make a website. I've had TimBlackTV.com. You didn't say shit. I've owned that site. A domain name and some web space. Oh my God, how much did Tim Black... It's just so, you make it so hard. Now, it's so hard to be an honest person. It's so hard to go against the grain and call out people like John McCain for the warmongering piece of garbage he is. And me doing it is not enough for you. I've burnt every bridge in my life that led to money. And still you got a problem. Still you got a problem. I call it the corruption of the Democrats, the corruptions of the Republicans, the corruptions of our judicial system, the corruptions of our military industrial complex, and it's not enough. It's never enough. It's never enough that I do that publicly with my face and my reputation and my life on the line every day. And for you, accuse me of being corrupted because I have on a fucking shirt. I am accused of being corrupted for anything I do. Meanwhile, you hide who you are. You have nothing. You have written no books. You know, I have 5 IMDb credits. 1 for CNN. I was in the documentary. I didn't know. I didn't sign permission slips. They used my video. I have an IMDb credit for that. I have an IMDb credit for Netflix. I didn't ask them to put me in the Rachel Dolezal thing, documentary, but they did. I didn't ask for it. When you are good at what you do, things happen. They don't even ask your permission. They just use your content. Get it? I have right here. Where's my doc? Where's this? I hope I can reach this. My friend Kevin Ronco over at Right Brain Studios. Kevin Ronco over at Right Brain Studios. They did a great documentary called The Revolution Televised. It was released in 2016. It follows Jill Stein, Bernie Sanders. It follows the Burners, Bernie or Bust. It follows all of this stuff. It's a fantastic piece of work. It has been put together in such a professional way. So great. And Kevin Ronco, Right Brain Studios, they recently were on my show to talk about their latest. But this piece of work is fantastic. It's narrated by Viggo Mortensen, the great actor. He does an excellent job, top-notch work. I have a credit on this as well, featuring Jill Stein, Dr. Cornel West, Tim Black, Victor Tiffany, and Gary Johnson. I did not ask them to do this. It does not mean I am part of the Illuminati because somebody liked the speech I gave in Philly so much they put it in the documentary. I did not ask. I did not ask. I didn't know Kevin. I didn't know. I don't know who made this other documentary on CNN. I didn't know who made the documentary on Netflix. The only thing I knowingly did was go on the Dr. Phil show where they wanted me to destroy this woman, and I chose not to. I skipped my 15 seconds of fame. But you people, you eat your own for nothing. Meanwhile, the people at the buffet who are devouring our rights, our privacy, who are selling us out, you leave them alone. You don't say anything. You only go after progressive people and tear them apart. You don't even go after. When was the last time you called out a Republican for anything? When's the last time you called out a neo-Nazi? Never. But you spend all of your time going after progressives looking for moles. You know what? The only moles you have found have been on your butt. Right on your ass. That's your mole. You know, guys, leave us alone. You don't have to watch, man. You don't have to watch. If you don't appreciate the content, if you don't respect, if you don't trust, go watch Rachel Maddow, man. Go watch Tucker Carlson. Go watch Anderson Blooper. Go watch them. They're safe from you, though, aren't they? You are the epitome of hypocrisy. You make a name off of destroying people who do the work of the people. Because you get a little bit of shine from it. You are human waste. With the ability to speak and talk, you are dead, yet you don't know it. You are zombies. And you are the biggest impediment to progress. Go fight the real fight. Go up against the real fight. Go after the real fight. Do that. Do that. Then we'll respect you. Then you'll make a name for yourself. All right, guys. Now, That had to be said. I know you tuned in for the news, not necessarily for me to rip people a new asshole, but they need it, man. These people are ridiculous, man. A shirt, dog. A shirt. I saw Tim Black in a Bentley. I saw Tim Black in a Bentley with 5 girls dressed, scantily clad women, playing the latest Drake. No, I saw him in a shirt. Illuminati. You know, come on, y'all. These people are sick. They are sick. Oh, no. Tim has a mansion in Potomac, Maryland. I saw him with a chauffeur driver. He was at a cocktail party with Hillary Clinton. They don't have them stories. He was wearing a shirt, dog. That shirt looked like it cost too much for him to afford it. Kiss my white ass and my black ass and my Latino ass. Kiss all of it. Just kiss all of it. All right, guys. Speaking of kissing ass, did you see the McCain funeral thing? Listen, man. Shout out to DL Hughley. Shout out to DL. Listen, DL, I'm not saying that you are a horrible individual, and I'm not calling you a sellout, sir. What I'm calling you is grossly misinformed. Either you're grossly misinformed or you are complicit as you proceed to mislead people about the Democratic Party and about John McCain specifically. Listen, brother, I don't know who John McCain was as a person. I don't know him, never met him. I don't think you did either. But for you to gloss over his warmongering. You know, John McCain never met a war he didn't like, and for you to act as if that don't mean nothing. That is, I mean, dude, that is beyond the pale. Brother, there are books to read, there are articles you could research, you could know what you're talking about. You should know what you're talking about before you talk about it. I try. And it's one thing to get things wrong. I think you intentionally get things wrong. I think that's the reason why CNN and MSNBC put you on their platforms, man. Because you get to say anything. Just make up stuff. Don't speak ill of the dead. Stop creating so many other dead people. John McCain killed a lot of people. He was part of the reason why we intervened in Libya, regime change in Libya. We have actual slavery occurring in Libya right now. That man does not deserve respect any more than Jack the Ripper. And these clowns running around making excuses for it. That time he voted on health care. Do the research. It was 2 white women, 2 Republican women who voted against that horrible skinny bill that the House Senate was coming up with to trim our health care, to get rid of portions of Obamacare. John McCain voted for that bill and then he voted against it. There were 2 women, Murkowski and Collins, who voted down on it both times. But the media chose to ride with the story that it was John McCain who saved the day. Because it was a bigger story if they used John McCain's name. You don't even know that. But you'll sit there in your radio station and make up and then attack other people for telling the truth. This isn't about if he's a good person or not. This is just about facts. And when you ask the question was, well, if John McCain's a sellout, if I'm a sellout for supporting John McCain, well, I don't know how you brought Obama up, but Obama was a sellout too. He sold out to Wall Street. Who do you think picked his cabinet? Why do you think we didn't get universal health care? Because he sold out to the big insurance companies and big pharma. These are facts. Where do you think all these new speaking engagements, millions and millions of dollars, where do you think that comes from, brother? Look, I have no problem with people not knowing, but if you don't know, shut up. I mean, seriously, real talk. If you don't know, shut up. It's a responsibility to have people's attention and then for you to mislead them for your own benefit. It's horrible stuff. Horrible stuff, guys. All right, now. So Bernie Sanders is about to produce legislation that I think is so remarkable. This legislation, D.L. Hughley, this legislation will make companies like Amazon and Walmart. See, they have these employees that they pay so little that they are eligible for public assistance. SNAP, food stamps. And what Bernie Sanders is proposing, that if you have employees who can't afford to buy their own food and citizens and states have to subsidize their meals, well, you know what? Since we give you corporate welfare, Amazon and Walmart, you know what we want you to do? We want you to pick up the tab for the amount of money that the state has to give them so that they can survive. So if Jeff Bezos and the Waltons are so cheap that their employee has to get $300 worth of food stamps to feed their family, well, Walmart family, Walton family, we want $300 worth of taxes on you for every one of those employees. See, because what's happening, folks, I don't know if you're aware of this, what's happening is, yeah, Obama saved these corporations a lot of money, but the corporations are not passing that money on to workers. They're keeping it and they're giving it to their shareholders, their rich shareholders. How much stock do you have in Walmart? That's who's making the real money. That's the deal. Oh, that's how they gave us $1,000 back. Yeah, how long did that last? How long did it last, bro? So Bernie Sanders, this legislation, I love this legislation. But see, I fight for people. I fight for workers. I don't fight for corporations to bend workers over and rob them. If you cannot pay your employees a fair amount, but you give yourself a raise to the point where you're the richest man who's ever existed, well, that's a problem. That's a problem. Now, what's funny about the Jeff Bezos thing in Amazon is that Jeff Bezos hit back at Bernie. He hit back. He wrote a couple of blog posts where he goes after Bernie and says, well, Bernie, hey, I don't run a sweatshop, Mr. Sanders, Senator Sanders. And you haven't been to one of my facilities, my fulfillment centers, so come on over to my fulfillment center. And Bernie, please take him up on it. Don't go to the one he wants you to go to, though. Go to one that's not prepped. Because, you know, like when they give you the tour of the one they want you to go to, that's going to be the nice one. Go to the one where the workers are damn near ready to slit their wrist. Go to that one. That's where you go. Now, Jeff Bezos accuses Bernie Sanders of making misleading accusations about how employees are treated and what their wages are. And he says he pays his workers, you know, $15 an hour. But that's only if you add in their benefits, add in their stock options, and you got to add a lot of stuff. How much stuff you got to add to get the $15, bro? Jeff Bezos, richest man alive? Like, that comes with a responsibility. To being the richest person alive comes with a responsibility. And you're just getting started, sir. So anyway, I like the legislation once again. And I thought it was funny that Jeff Bezos tried to hit back at Bernie Sanders because, you know, Bernie Sanders got a house. Lord have mercy, what are you doing with a house? What are you doing with a house? Never mind, he's like one of the poorest senators ever. But what are you doing with a house? Overly scrutinized. Overly scrutinized. Anyway, so that's one thing. Then the other thing, other news that I wanted to share with you is about this Trump secret committee. See, I remember when Donald Trump ran, he was talking about leaving the marijuana discussion up to the states. But every time I turn around, it's like they're talking about how him and Jeff Sessions want to get involved with marijuana legalization. How they want to be in the middle of it. Look, I thought you were going to leave it alone, Trump. I thought you were going to leave it alone, Jeff Sessions. Listen to this. The White House has tasked a multi-agency committee with countering pro-marijuana messaging. See, they think people are not scared of marijuana anymore, so what they want to do is change the narrative surrounding marijuana. They want to go back to the time when we were all afraid of marijuana. I don't know when that time was, because I'm not loony. But there was a time when all the propaganda was marijuana, rot your brain, man. Rot your brain, man. You remember that time, like that? And it makes you a crackhead, and then it make you a meth addict, then it make you, sell your house. And I think it's just ridiculous. But back to the point of Trump, like, I thought you were staying out. That's what I thought. Okay, so the Marijuana Policy Coordination Committee is the name of it. Reportedly has asked 14 federal agencies and the Drug Enforcement Administration to forward data demonstrating the most significant negative trends about marijuana and its threats that it poses to the country. Threats like snacks, snack consumption, lots of sleep. And I can't remember the rest of them. I can't remember. Listen, it says here, this is according to this committee, the prevailing marijuana narrative in the U.S. is partial, one-sided, and inaccurate. The department should provide the most significant data demonstrating negative trends with a statement describing the implications of such trends. Man, despite the committee, Trump has expressed support for bipartisan legislation that would allow states to set their own marijuana policies. Exactly! That's what I thought you was going to do, Trump. His Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, however, is a staunch opponent of marijuana legalization. And height. He's a staunch opponent to height. Always has been. Keebler elf looking mofo. This is a spokesman for the advocacy organization, the Drug Policy Alliance, condemns the reported committee in a statement to the Hill. To see this White House that cannot even coordinate an adequate response to the overdose crisis, waste so much time on discussions on how to push anti-marijuana legalization propaganda is mind-boggling and underscores the administration's ineptitude on drug policy. Do tell. Do tell. The wacky weed, folks. Leave it to the states. This stuff getting crazy. Hope y'all can hear me all right. Yeah, all right. This show is brought to you not by the DNC or the GOP. It's brought to you by you. So become a member of this show, and you can get all this great, political insight, straightforward, truth-telling, nail-biting kicks to the establishment on a daily basis right here. TimBlackTV.com and TBTV Media. This is a video that we shot today, but I haven't put it out yet. We got to edit it. It's about this Texas officer who shot and killed a 15-year-old honor student a couple of years ago. If you haven't heard about it, well, this officer was convicted, which is a great thing. So give it up for that court convicting him. Now, the officer is a former Bouch Springs officer by the name of Roy Oliver. He fired 5 shots into a car. He said that his partner looked to be in fear of his life, or looked like, see now, it wasn't him in fear, but he said he thought his partner's life was in jeopardy. So he was in fear for his partner's life about a car driving away. Let me say, his defense was, I was not afraid for myself as I ran to the car to get my gun, and a second later shot 5 rounds into a car as it drove away, after breaking no laws or committing any unlawful acts. But I was afraid for my partner, who was so cool and calm, he didn't even pull out his gun. That's why his ass is looking at life in jail. Goodness gracious. What I'm trying to tell you, man, is that this officer, Mr. Roy Oliver, he killed Jordan Edwards, 15-year-old boy, shot him in the head for no damn reason at all, other than he's a trigger-happy cop. And that's a horrible story. And of course, our condolences and thoughts go out to the family, and I'm glad that they were able to see justice. Some form of justice. It's not really justice, man. Justice would be this never happening. You know, money or conviction, in this case conviction, is a great thing. It's a beautiful thing, but it's never the same as the shit just never happening. So never forget that. Never forget that. But the thing about it is, the only reason why there was a conviction in this case, this is what I believe, is that we had an officer, Officer Tyler Gross, is the partner of Roy Oliver, and he testified that he never felt in fear. That officer stood up and spoke the truth, that he was not afraid. He didn't know why his partner shot into that car. He wasn't in fear of his life when the officer did. If without that officer's honesty, without it, Roy Oliver would be free today. So what I'm trying to tell you is, you know how we say the best way to deal with corrupt cops is honest cops, or cops willing to risk their careers and risk their lives to report on these bad cops. The same thing goes for all forms of corruption, right? The only way to combat any type of corruption is to have good people call it out. So I want to give a big shout out to Tyler Gross, an officer, because people like to say that progressives hate cops and want to get rid of every cop and cops are hard. I don't believe that. And I know some people ride on that. The institution of policing is based on hurting poor people, particularly black people. It was founded for those purposes. It was founded to protect the property of rich people, and black people were property. This is all historical fact. It's not said to make you feel bad. That institution of policing and law enforcement hasn't changed that much. But that does not mean that every member of law enforcement is a horrible individual. It doesn't. There are some officers like Tyler Gross who are willing to put it all on the line and tell the truth. He did tell the truth. He put it on the line. So shout out to Tyler Gross. And as for Officer Roy Oliver, may you spend the remaining of your life in prison dealing with the actions that you took a young man's life who had broken no laws, committed no crime, and was no threat to you whatsoever. All right. Let me go check the comment section now, guys. I want to see how everybody's doing. What are some stories? What are some news that people would love to talk about? I got my people on Periscope. Hey, Periscope people, how y'all doing? I see my Periscope people. Y'all not talking right now, but I saw some people join in. So I want to give y'all a shout out, Periscope. YouTube, Facebook. Melissa Murray says, Tyler Gross, thank you. Exactly, Melissa. Too few, way too few good cops. Julie Love says there's too few good cops. That's absolutely right. But I think, I'm like, you know me, Julie, I believe that if what you focus on, you create more of it, right? Someone create more good cops. So I got to praise the good ones. Praise them, because somehow, man, I know it's loopy, right? But I think I can have an impact somehow. So I'm weird that way, but I got to have hope that positive messages somehow float, you know? Like when people spread hate, it floats. That's what's wrong with us right now. We got a lot of hate spreading around. So when we spread that positivity, where we can, like I don't make up positivity, but when it's there, because I believe seriously, Jelly, that without Tyler Gross, we got an innocent child's life would have been taken with no repercussions to the man that pulled the trigger. And I think that's a one man did his thing. And you hear what Ryan says, Tyler Gross's career is over. And that's exactly what I'm saying, Ryan. There you go, brother. It's probably over. It's probably over. I mean, look at all the whistleblowers. Look at the whistleblowers out there whose lives are pretty much over at this point. Like, look at Edward Snowden. What's the young lady who got that information to The Intercept? Look at Julian Assange. Look at Chelsea Manning. Look at Jeffrey Sterling. Jeffrey Sterling just got out. Horrible stuff, man. The police are there to ensure the rich can continue to rob us blind. Yeah. Prison strike still strong in Indiana. There you go, Don. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, brother. Thank you for that. I got some information on that. Someone sent me something regarding the prison strike. Folks, our criminal justice system, our prisons. So we have these inmates who are on strike right now. We're talking about deplorable conditions. Unsanitary, unsafe, inhumane conditions that so many of our citizens live within in our prison system. And how these extended periods of isolation, lack of proper medical attention, proper diet, our prison system is bursting at the seams with people with no hope in sight. And the conditions are horrible. We really need to do away with these policies that imprison people for long amounts of time for nothing except money. And what's going on now in Indiana, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, there are other states where it is as well. Private sector prisons need to go. You know, I agree with you. Who said that? I'm sorry. Scripts, clips, series, and flicks. I like that. One of the things, one very important thing about these private prisons, like a lot of people, they don't understand. They don't get it. Prisons for profit. What do you think that's about? Like, dude, how could you have something that takes away people's rights as a profit center? Like, how can you, it's just like our corporate media just focuses on what it wants to focus on, doesn't it? That's it. They just focus on what they want to focus on. It's like our journalism is a for-profit center, a profit center, right? Nothing, like, you can't expect good, hard-hitting, truth-telling from some people that are just trying to make money. Same thing goes for our prisons. How can you expect the prison system, our justice system, to be fair and balanced if it's for money? If there's a monetary incentive involved in it? Everyone knows it costs a lot more to lock up a child than educate him, but we'd rather spend the money locking them up because the money goes this way when you do that. It goes this way. But the people don't want that. People want safety, of course. They don't want to be robbed and murdered and raped and carjacked, of course. But the people would rather see the money be spent to prevent these people from becoming these things. No one is foolish enough to say, hey, we don't need any law enforcement, we don't need any prisons. Of course, but do we need to be the leader in prisons? Does America have to have the leading number of prisoners in the Western world? No, we don't have to. We really don't. So we can't have the best health coverage. We can't have the highest life expectancy. No. But we sure can have the highest number of incarcerated people. Think about it. See, they make sure they put the right people on. They put the right people on news. They got the right companies owning our news waves and feeding the narrative. Because they wouldn't want nobody like me on there telling the truth. Oh, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear the truth, man. They don't, it hurts, it's bad. It's bad for business to tell Americans the truth. Because why, folks? Because underneath it all, most Americans, I'm not saying all, most Americans are decent people. Just like most Germans are decent people. Just like most, most Italians are decent people. Most Nigerians are decent people. Like, most people are decent people. Most Japanese people are decent people. Most people are decent people. And if they knew the reality, if they really knew what was going on, then you'd have yourself a real revolution. Yeah, baby. They won't allow community gardens because it cuts into private food contracts. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It gets worse and worse, don't it? It just gets worse and worse, man, every time you look at it. So guys, look, I want to thank everybody who tunes into the show tonight. I know I was late tonight. Even when I'm like, wasn't feeling too great, but I knew I had to come out and represent and do a show tonight. Tomorrow, it'll be much easier for me because I don't have to carry the show tomorrow. I don't have to report on all this stuff because I've been doing a lot of production stuff, okay? But tomorrow's great because I have your help. That's right. Tomorrow is Freedom Friday. That's because you're going to call up to the show, right? Right? You're going to call up to the show and you're going to talk for 3, 4, 5 minutes about something you care about. Or 30 seconds or 90 seconds, however long it takes, right? You're going to call up and you're going to add your voice to whatever issue that you think needs to be highlighted. So be here tomorrow and tell a friend. Share this video. I need a grassroots movement of people like you. I need you to go find 2 people. Go get me 2 people just like you. Get me 2 more people. Bring 3 people with you. Okay? Because we got to start waking people up. I believe the power is in the people. We need to put the power of the people to work. We need people working together on these issues. And it starts with education, information. That's where it starts. We want any type of change, any real type of change, we got to wake people up by giving them information, not demonizing them, not shaming them, not going, I know more than you, but educating them, providing them with information. Let's sprinkle some facts on them and helping them keep their cornbread. That's how we do it. And we can do it. We're going to do it here at TBTV. We're going to be expanding TBTV media. We're going to be making a broader network. We're going to be correcting the situation of media, right, by expanding what we do. So I'm going to be handpicking some people to work with my channel, to work with me, so we can be ready for 2020. I'm excited about it, y'all. I'm ready to expand. Now, I've done some things in the past, didn't quite work out. I think I've learned a thing or 2 about who to team up with, who to work with. And there are people that, like, I'm looking for some great journalists. I'm looking for some truth tellers, right? And I'm excited about it, man. I really am. So anyway, thank you guys for being here tonight. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where you get to tell your stories. Thank you so much, guys. Remember, sprinkle some facts on them. Don't argue with people. Don't waste your time. Just tell them one little fact. Give them something to go on. Give them something to look up. And walk away. Because we're going to keep our cornbread. We're going to help other people keep their cornbread. All right? I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Shout out to Tim Black's Wolfpack. Shout out to my people on Periscope, YouTube, the whole works. Who is this? Uphill Media? Uphill Media, bro. Magnola, Avil, S. Jordan, Rise Meister 73, your boy Cam, There we go. Periscope people. Periscope in the house. Also, before I go, I'm sorry, guys. Much love to my moderators in the chat rooms. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I don't pay you. I can't afford to. But thank you for giving your time to a community of people that really appreciate it. Shout out to the Truth Bomb activists. Shout out to my partners, Nico House and Suzanne Murphy with Just Inform. Shout out to TBTV Media. It's a separate thing. It's my thing. I've been working on it for 5-6 years now. Shout out to everybody that supports that. I love you guys. I'm out. I see you tomorrow. Keep your head up and don't let nobody take your cornbread.